Beautiful seekers, this is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here, and I'm back with a pick a card reading. I've got 4 piles, as you can see, because I wanted to include as many people, but I also have time to stick to, so I've pre-shuffled the tarot as well as the oracle cards. But before we go there and before I introduce everything, let me begin by telling you a bit about what I'm going to do for you here. So as you would have seen in the thumbnail, today's topic is how can you conquer your imposter syndrome. Alright, so if you find that you do not fall in that group and you don't feel that you have imposter syndrome, then this reading is not for you. Alright, so what is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is when your lack of self-worth talks you out of situations. You have the talent, you have the skill, everything's going for you, you have all the tools required to make something happen, and the people around you have actually appreciated you, but you feel you're not ready for something. You create blocks in your life because you don't have faith in your abilities. Your lack of self-worth stops you from doing great things. If someone praises you for what you've done, you make excuses for their praise, or they praise me because they like me, because they're related to me, or they're a friend, they're just being loyal, or they're just being polite, or they're just too kind. It may start off with modesty, but it goes out of proportion wherein you actually don't believe what you have to offer is worth anything at all. Sometimes you may create something, and when someone says, wow, this is lovely, and you say, no, this actually it's not such a big deal, and you just move it away instead of, you may not advertise it, but you don't have to really undermine what you do, but that's what you do, and that is when you have what is called the imposter syndrome. All right, everyone goes through it at some point in their life, but some people do that very often, and it's got to do with their self-worth. All right, so keeping that in mind and knowing that all of us out here, we have a lot of potential, but it's untapped potential in most cases. So how do we hone our skills? How do we live our best lives? How do we bring to this world the uniqueness that we are and the unique abilities that we possess? All right, I have pre-shuffled 6 tarot cards, one for each question, and a 7th tarot card for your advice, and then some more advice from the oracle cards. Now, what are those questions? I've written them down here, and let's just read them out for you. So the first question is, what is it that you're trying to self-sabotage or talk yourself out of? Second question, why are you doing so? Third question, if you do not self-sabotage, what happens? And if you do self-sabotage, then what happens? Then the 5th question is, how can you put an end to your self-limiting beliefs? And the 6th one card is just for anything else that comes up which can give us more clarity. And then we look at advice from spirit. All right, so this is how the reading is going to go. So when I begin, if you feel that it resonates with you, stay on. If it doesn't, if you're called to another pile, choose another pile. At no time should you force fit something. If there is something that you don't do, but this says that A, B, C resonates with you, and then something else doesn't, don't have to, because the first 3 things resonated with you, don't have to force the 4th and the 5th thing onto yourself. This is a general reading, so it won't resonate with everyone. Not everything will resonate with everybody. So just take what resonates with you, all right? And even while choosing the deck, choosing your piles, please do use your discernment. For today's reading, I will be conducting that mini meditation for you to center yourself in order to be able to choose what's meant for you, all right? So with that out of the way, let me introduce you to the piles. We have 4, as you can see. Pile number 1 is this labradorite crystal. Pile 2 is pyrite. Pile 3 is the carnelian point, and pile 4 is the green aventurine point. All right, so dear seekers, if you're intuitive and you've already decided what you want, you can head to the timestamps given in the description box and head to your pile. And for those of you who do benefit from the meditation, let's begin. Sit with your spine erect, palms open facing upwards, and gently close your eyes. When you're ready, gently take in a deep breath. Hold. Center yourself. Focus between your eyebrows and connect with your intuition, knowing it will never lead you astray. Breathe out. Gently open your eyes. Whichever pile you're drawn to, that is your pile. And now I will see you at your pile. Pile number 1, those of you who've chosen the labradorite crystal, welcome to your reading. And what do I get with the stone? There's some magic that's waiting to happen in your life, all right? There is something that either you're aware of, or you have just been made aware of, or something that you've always known. Or there's something that you've actually been working on for a while, all right? But same, because of this thing, you've not really brought it out into the world. But there's magic in you. You can actually be a game changer. You know, you can actually do something big. Because this is all about bringing in the magic. This is beautiful energy, very positive energy. And you keeping yourself away from this. So let's see why. We will place all your cards before I begin the reading, but let's just begin with laying down your tarot cards here. So what is it that you're trying to self-sabotage, either consciously or subconsciously, or talk yourself out of? And we get this card here. Why are you doing so? If you do not self-sabotage, what happens? If you do self-sabotage, what happens? How can you put an end to your self-limiting beliefs? And last but not the least, and is there anything else that you need to know? And then, there are 2 cards here. Yeah, you get 2 cards. And you get 2 cards here as well. And final advice from Spirit. All right, and along with that you have mural, be your own first priority. The number 25 or 7 could be significant. Adjustments are required, 3rd quarter moon. Wow, I always end up looking at this later. I should have done this right in the beginning. So thank you for being patient with me while I adjust all of this. I didn't realize that it's not coming in. Yes, now I think it's okay. Then you have love. I commit to the practice of seeing good in all things. And Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. All right, so let's begin. So what is it that you're trying to talk yourself out of or self-sabotage, knowingly or unknowingly? And you get the 3 of Pentacles. There's something you're building. All right, it is maybe a family, or it could be a work situation wherein people are actually looking at your work ethic and they love what you're creating. All right, and a lot of them look up to you. They're inspired by you. The 3 of Pentacles, traditionally you see that people are looking at this person, and this person is standing on a bit of a high platform and people are looking at them. In this case, they've shown a family depiction. In that case, it's in a construction kind of thing, but the message is the same. That you are building something and you're doing a great job, and the people around you are just looking at you appreciatively, inspired by you. All right? But in your case, every time you're getting somewhere, you block it because you don't see yourself as creating something wonderful. You don't see yourself as building something great, or you feel that you're going to meet with failure soon, and so you find some excuse. Either you start rebuilding again, or you make some excuses, and they say that you're not ready yet to submit whatever you're doing, or you just find ways to keep delaying this. Maybe if you're working for someone, they get irritated because they can see you're doing a good job and they're waiting for the final product, but you're never happy. You still want to hone it some more. You may even be a perfectionist, not ready to put it out there because you feel something more can be done. All right, wherein everyone is looking at your work and appreciating it. You feel they're just being kind to you, they're being too polite. They can't match your vision. You know something more is there to be done, but you are talking yourself out of it. It's either fear of failure, or sometimes it could be fear of success. All right, but either ways, whether it is one way or the other, it's because you don't feel what you have is worth anything, and this stems up from self-worth issues. So why is it that you're self-sabotaging this? Let's take a look. What is this? You get the 9 of Wands in reverse. It's possible that for the longest time in your life, you had to really struggle for everything. All right? So maybe your childhood was difficult, and maybe you've seen your parents also struggle and really work hard for something. And no matter what you create and how people find it so beautiful, because you might enjoy this work and you may be very skilled at it, for you it feels effortless. And so you feel that maybe you're not doing a good job of it. Something more should be done. You haven't put in enough. But you're being told that your days of hard work and learning your skill are all behind you. It's not that you don't get to learn anymore, but the struggle is over. Now things are smooth because you're finally aligning with what's meant for you. So do not try and self-sabotage it. All right? But you keep feeling that you haven't done enough. You need to pour in more. You need to do some more. Next we see, if you self-sabotage at this time, what happens? You get the 6 of Cups in reverse. If you self-sabotage, what happens is that your childhood dream doesn't happen. There's some vision that you've had in your childhood. Maybe you've had it with a soulmate, someone from your childhood, or this is something you've always dreamt of building, and you're right now on that right path. If you self-sabotage, that dream does not happen. That inner child is not set free. All right, this could be your sole purpose. This is something that makes you really happy. But you're self-sabotaging it because, and you're in alignment with it, which is why you're able to do it easily. Because others are seeing the labor that you put in, but you feel it's easy because you enjoy doing it. This is your dream. And if you self-sabotage it this time, you are running away from this dream of yours, which you've always had for yourself. It's something you've envisioned, and it's something beautiful. And this doesn't happen if you self-sabotage. And if you don't self-sabotage, what happens? You get the Ace of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. You get a golden opportunity from the universe if you don't self-sabotage at this time. All right, you will be able to align with the universe. You getting more ideas. If you have any sort of block, that block gets removed because you get creative ideas. You're in flow because you are aligned with your soul purpose. So stop talking yourself out of it. Pile number 1. You're here to create magic, and you've started. So don't keep stopping yourself under one pretext or the other. How can you put past your self-limiting beliefs? King of Air, beautiful, the King of Swords. Look at your entire situation from all angles. Why is it that you feel it's not good enough? Is every person who looks up to you and says it's good, is every person just doing it to make you happy? In that case, why are they trying to make you happy? Do you see nothing worthy in what you have done? If someone else had given the same project, what would you have said? Would you have asked them to improve it? Start looking at it from different angles and don't get your emotions in the way. Just zoom out from your situation and just look at it. If someone came to you with this idea, what would you think of it? And be very objective when you take this decision, without getting your emotions in the way, without getting your past baggage in the way. That is the King of Swords. All right? People think that the King of Swords is cold. He's not cold, and irrespective of gender. But he has to be this way, detached from everything, not letting emotions cloud his judgment, and to look at things from every angle so that there is no bias in the decision. He wants absolute clarity before he says something. And this is what you need to see about yourself, about your situation, about your work. And once you do, you will slowly be able to see what it is that you're creating. For some of you, you may even need to go to a counselor if this is really a big thing. You know, if you really find this pattern is being repeated, you may even need to go and see a counselor. For some of you, there could be an air sign in your life who can give you good advice. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What is, anything else that you need to know? Three of Cups and Ace of Cups in reverse. Oh, this is beautiful. You need to pour a lot of love into yourself. This is also 3. This is also 3. This could be significant for you. You need to trust in what those people are looking and saying when they see what you're creating. Now, if some of you are building a family and every time you feel you have this vision and there's this person that you like and you're trying to build something with them, and this person is your childhood sweetheart, all right? But every time something happens and you're trying to get it together, you postpone it, you delay things. You feel that something is not right, or you won't be able to make them happy, something or the other, and you self-sabotage it. But you need to listen to what people are saying and accept what they are saying and love yourself a whole lot. Understand your worth. Be very kind to yourself and look at the whole situation objectively. You know, you may be the kind of person who goes out of your way to help people out. That's what I feel. And you usually stick to your promises. But when someone gives you a compliment, you don't know how to handle it. Now you need to take that cup of love and pour it onto yourself, believing in yourself, trusting in yourself, and give your friends and your family and your colleagues, give them some credit when they, say something good about you or your work. You're even disrespecting their opinion by being so hard on yourself and not listening to any praise that comes your way. This is something you really need to keep in mind. What is advice from Spirit? You get 3 of Wands. I told you 3 is significant. You get the 3 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, and now the 3 of Wands. Put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or the other. Absolutely. This is exactly what I was saying. Put yourself out there. People are so inspired by you. But you need to see that. And the only way you know is to actually finish what you're doing and put it out there. And if it's a relationship, make that proposal. Go on. Move ahead. Or accept that proposal, depending on who you are, what you are doing, what your situation is. And as you move, will everything be so smooth? Will there be absolutely no obstacle? Absolutely not. There will be obstacles, definitely be obstacles every step of the way, as it is for the next person. Adjustments will be required. But with this Ace of Cups in reverse and this love card here, when you pour in love into a situation, when you have that trust in yourself, you will be able to move mountains. You will be able to do everything. Every obstacle will show you something, will help you grow, but you will be able to get to where you want to go. And you need to put it out there. If you've come to this reading, if you're still here, then take this from me. You've got what it takes to do a great job. Stop self-sabotaging. You've done it all right. Just put it this way. All your life, in some area or the other, you talk yourself out of something. You just, the last minute, remove your name, or you may, you may not even feign illness. Sometimes you may be so worried about a certain situation that on your own you fall sick so that you can, psychosomatic illnesses, so that you can come out of a situation. Maybe you faced it in the past, but put yourself out there. There's nothing to lose. You are running away because you think you may fail. All right? Or you will not be able to handle the success, or whatever your thinking is. Just put it out there. Let's see what happens. What if you fail? So what happens after that? If you succeed, what happens after that? Break it into small bits. You don't have to think so far ahead that you ruin your present. You just keep doing your work step by step and just put it there and say, I'm leaving it to whoever you believe in, and the universe will take care of it. I'm just leaving it. I'm just doing my bit because I just like doing what I'm doing. And if it is a work situation, I'm getting paid for it, or it's something I'm aligned to, or if it's a family situation, I'm going to give it my all. Then let's just leave the outcome. Get into this mentality and just put it out there, and you see how things are going to change. And this is your advice. One is to put yourself out there, all right? You will be rewarded. Look at that Ace of Wands here. And the second advice you get is, witches should hold one another accountable, or other witches accountable. Exactly. And this, with this Three of Cups here, this is the message I get. You feel that people are praising you at work because they're being kind to you, they're being polite. And with this card shown here, there are two messages in this for you, depending on which one you need to hear. Pile number one. One, you may feel that you put it out there and everyone's going to point their fingers at you and tell you, with the Seven of Wands here, that you were not good enough for this. And for you, this feels like the end of the world. But this is not the end of the world. All right? If people don't like a certain thing, listen to what they have to say. Is there anything you can gain from what they have to say? If with their opinion you can hone something because you also are in agreement with them, then hone it. But if you have a vision, and if you feel that they're just saying things and what they're saying doesn't really gel with your vision, don't take it. At the same time, just know that if it is a work situation or a love situation, the other person is in front of you is not dumb. The other person is not going to just give you an opinion for the sake of it to please you. Because in one case, there is work involved, Everyone wants good work, so they won't praise you just like that. And if it is a love situation, the other person wants to see someone who can keep their word. So they're also not going to take nonsense from you. So why are you self-sabotaging? Learn to trust them, and that will come only when you trust yourself. You have faith in yourself, you have faith in the universe. Then you can start having trust and faith in other people. You need to show yourself a lot of love. With this card here coming here again, What does this say? I commit to the practice of seeing good in all things. Absolutely. And not just in other people. That I think you already do. But in yourself. Be your own first priority. Absolutely. This is double confirmation. The Ace of Cups upright is when you want to give your cup to someone else. It's a lot of love you have for someone, or someone has love for you. Ace of Cups in reverse, pour that love onto yourself. Make yourself your first priority. For some of you, it could be painting. This could be your thing. This could be something that you thought of right from the time you were a kid, and now you're just talking yourself out of it. For fear of failure, because you feel that, when you start making something, you just don't know how the day goes. 8 of Pentacles kind of energy. But you start feeling that that's not hard work. I got it easy. People are just praising me for no reason. Or, our relationship is moving very smoothly. There must be a catch in it. There's no catch. There will be obstacles. Adjustments will be needed to be made. But when you're at work or whatever it is on your goal, make plans, focus, and then just go for it, pile number 1. Just go for it. Come into this King of Air energy. See things for what it is and what they are. You've been in this energy for long. Here I see, what I'm seeing is a person who is very capable, a person who's kind, a person who says the right things to people and genuinely says so, doesn't make it up. But when someone praises them, they don't know how to handle it. And this needs to stop. You're beautiful people, pile number 1, and you are creating magic. You are creating magic. And the universe is waiting to give you more. That golden opportunity is waiting to happen. Do not self-sabotage it. By telling yourself, see, this imposter syndrome for everyone, no matter what their situation is, begins with a lack of self-worth. With your self-love and making yourself a priority, being on the, with 3 confirmations here. It is on priority that you need to do that. Maybe you are hard on yourself because your parents were really hard on you when you were a kid. Whatever you did, you could do better, you could do better. Because they really worked so hard. All parents, especially in the past, they felt that praising their children would make the children go in the wrong direction. So they would, no matter how well the child performed, to the child they would say, yeah, you can do better. Inwardly, or maybe to their friends, they may be saying, oh, our kid did a great job. But to the child itself, they would say, you could do better. You've not put in enough effort. You could do better. That has, stayed with you. And it's time for you to come out of it. I'm sending you a big hug, a big hug. I'm so moved by this reading because I can feel your energy. You're such precious people, pile number 1. And don't ever be worried about judgment of people. If you feel that that's what I said. For some of you, you are afraid of success. You feel that you'll be put on a pedestal, and then everyone's going to point fingers and get you down. But it was never between you and the people. It's always between you and your past self, you and the universe, you and God, if you are a believer. If you're not, just the universe or just you. But it was never about you and the people around. Yes, don't get me wrong, we interact with people, we are in a society, but they don't decide who you are, and they definitely don't decide your worth. And they can be anybody from your parents to your loved one, your love interest, to your children, to your spouse. Nobody decides your worth. If you're here on this planet, you're worthy. And if you've got magic waiting to be shown to the world, don't hold yourself back. Look at that. You need to prioritize yourself. Prioritizing yourself doesn't make you selfish. Prioritizing yourself doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean you love the other people around you less. It's just that you are giving yourself that respect which you haven't been giving yourself for ages. You need to give yourself that love, that respect, the kindness, and room to grow, to put yourself out there, to express yourself in whichever way it is. It's time. You've come to this reading. If you're here, it's time. All right, put yourself out there. You won't regret it. You really won't. My readings are for a period of 3 months. If you're watching it, from the time you're watching it, whenever you're watching it, anytime in the future, even after I post it, if you're watching this reading, within 3 months, you're going to see change if you start making that change right away. Work on your worth. You need to work on your bottom 3 chakras, the root, the sacral, and your solar plexus. Soak some sun, sit in energy, sit in nature for a long time. Soak in the solar energy. Surround yourself with reds and oranges and yellows, hues, as well as fruits and vegetables of that color. And every time you speak to yourself, when no one's watching, let those words be kind. Let those words be positive and encouraging. It may sound artificial because you don't know that language, but you will still say it. And I am telling you this from experience. I have done that, and it doesn't take a very long time to get there. Yes, from every now and then you might slip back, but one day you will suddenly find that you make the biggest mistake and you're not angry and you're not talking down to yourself. You just do what needs to be done and you correct for it. And that's when you know, wow, things have changed completely, and you deserve that. Sending you a big hug first and foremost, and then wishing you a lot of love and light and a lot of success moving forward. Bye-bye. Pile number 2. Those of you who've chosen this pyrite crystal, welcome to your reading. With this pyrite here, I feel a lot of you are trying to make big money. But when the opportunity comes, you're doing all the right things, but the money doesn't come in. And I feel this has got to do with mindset. Let's see. These are your oracle cards. We'll put everything down, but let's begin with tarot. All right. So what is it that you're trying to talk yourself out of or self-sabotage? Why are you doing that? If you self-sabotage, what happens? If you don't, what happens? What can you do to get past your self-limiting beliefs? What else do you have to know? And advice from Spirit. And then there's more advice which says, Throne, your potential is endless. The number 45 or 9 could be significant. Your commitment is being tested. Purpose, I know what I am here to do. I love this. I absolutely love this for you. And then you get 2 cards here. Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. And Knight, be brave and honest. Wow. All right, so let's begin. So what is it that you're trying to talk yourself out of or self-sabotage, and you get the Fool in reverse? There's a new beginning. You want it. You want to change your life big time. All right? And there is this new beginning that you want, but you are blocking it. Every time you get an opportunity, you find some reason to not do it. You have tremendous potential. Pile number 2. But you just keep blocking every time, and this is something you really want to do, all right? And you manifest this, and then an opportunity comes. And when the opportunity comes, you don't take it. You do not go out of your comfort zone. You want it so badly that it comes to you every time the universe puts it that this person really wants a change. Let's bring this change. But when it comes, you just back down. You just don't want the change anymore. Or there's something, you get flustered. So why do you do this? 4 of Wands. All right. For some of you, it could literally mean that maybe you're married, or it's because of your family members if you're not married. You are trying to make the peace by staying on in this whatever life that is set here for you. All right. With this pyrite here, and I feel that you want to make a lot of money, but it doesn't come, though you have all the talent, is because you need to possibly go out somewhere, out of your comfort zone, relocate maybe for a lot of you, to get this money, to have tremendous success. But thinking of your family and how upset they will be, you just don't take the opportunity. And the truth is that if you took the opportunity, maybe you could actually relocate, take them along with you, and everyone would be happy. But just fearing their initial reaction. Maybe you've tried it once before and all hell broke loose, so now you don't even want to go there. But your heart, your soul is longing to go somewhere, and the pull is there. So when you keep dreaming of it, you manifest it, and then it comes, and then you self-sabotage. You don't go. So if you carry on self-sabotaging, what will happen? You get the Artist in reverse. This is exclusive in this deck, the Ethereal Visions. The artist is someone who can live life the way they want it, paint the most beautiful picture and live it. But you won't be able to live it because you're self-sabotaging it. So what do you need to do, to not sabotage it? You need to take the opportunity that you're manifesting. You're manifesting an opportunity, then because of the people around you, you say no. And because of that, you don't live the life you dream. This opportunity will take you to the life you dream of, but you don't want it because you're worried about this. The initial discomfort just stops you from living your dream. And what if you actually step out of your comfort zone? Then what happens? 4 of Swords in reverse. The best thing is, even before big things happen and your dream happens, the 4 of Swords is someone who's resting and strategizing. But if you take this opportunity, you won't have to be in this energy anymore. You've been in 4 of Swords on and off. Maybe the people in your life say that you're not really doing anything, you just waste your time. But you're sitting and manifesting, you're doing same mundane job, but you're manifesting the big life, the best life, and you've got the skill. With this, your potential is endless. Your instinct tells you to go out. Your potential is endless. You have the courage to move and do whatever is required. But when you move out, when that opportunity comes, you will actually be living your purpose, and you know what it is that you're here for. You want to do it. But every time something comes, you self-sabotage. And why do you do that? For your family. Because you feel that you won't be able to handle them. They're going to get very emotional. If it's a family situation, you feel, if it's in a marriage, you may feel that your partner will walk away from you, or you feel guilty as a parent. How can you relocate the children? or if it's your parents that you live with, you feel that they are old and this is taking you maybe overseas, what do? There is a solution to every problem. You've got to see it first. And if you take this opportunity, this endless thinking and manifesting and then sabotaging, this cycle breaks. What can you do to get out of your self-limiting beliefs? Emperor, beautiful. This is who you are. This is who you are. The number 4 could be significant. You have 2 4s here, and then you have a 4 in the 45 as well. You are so powerful. You will find a solution to anything. But just as you're committed to your family, you need to be committed to yourself and your dream as well. And your commitment is being tested. That you have manifested something, strategizing, thinking, manifesting, visualizing, and then it comes to you. And your commitment is being tested by the universe. Will you rise up to the occasion? Will you be in your emperor energy, irrespective of your gender? Will you make that move to live your best life, to enjoy all the good fortune in the world? Will you do it? Will you trust your instincts? Will you be brave? Will you be able to stand up for what you believe in? Or will you let it go? Anything else that you need to know? You get the Mother of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, it's your mother, and for some of you, it's your wife. All right. So for those of you who are masculines who are married, it could be because of your wife. And for others, irrespective of gender, it could be your mother. And you feel that person is going to actually be hurt if you walk away from and relocate. But with due respect, this person must be a wonderful person and done a lot for you, and you feel you need to repay them. You don't have to stifle your life or make it small for them to be happy. Finally, if they love you, they want to see your happiness. All right, they want to see your growth. And it's not that you're abandoning them and going. You're going to live your dream. When you establish yourself, you will take everyone with you. Or you'll find some means to keep everyone together at that time. But what you need to do, you need to do. Otherwise, this longing of your soul will just remain. You'll keep visualizing and breaking your heart over and over again, and no one will know about it. Stand up. Stand up for yourself. All right? So in this case, unlike the last pile wherein it was lack of self-worth that made them self-sabotage, for you it's totally family. Totally family. You are not taking the opportunity that will give you your dream life just for your family because you feel it's going to be disloyal if you go away. But are you really abandoning them? Ask yourself that question. Do you think if you relocate or take this new beginning, are you abandoning your family? Now, I just got a message from Spirit. If you are in a marriage and if you have children and if this is a love situation, all right, and you feel that you are going to be cheating on your family if you take this step, it means the end of your world, which is why you're not taking this step. Then ask yourself, are you being fair to your family if you're dreaming of living your best life with this person, but stopping yourself because you want your family to be happy because that's the right thing? Maybe if your children are young, you can provide for them, you can provide for your family, or you can wait for a bit, but speak your truth. Speak your truth and let them decide. This is just for a few of you. Maybe even for one of you out there. That you want to move out your family situation right now with whoever your spouse is not a happy situation. You're not fulfilled. There is someone you've met, and you're very drawn to them, or maybe this is someone from your past and it didn't work out the first time and you want to go back to them, but you've got children, maybe they have children too. For some of you, maybe this could be your divine counterpart as well. As I've always said in my readings, no decision is right or wrong, but follow your inner guidance and be your authentic self. It isn't easy, definitely not easy, because we do live in a society and not everyone looks at things spiritually. You look at things as per the rules of the society. And then as a responsible person, it's difficult for you to make such a choice. But you've got to make that choice as to how is this absolutely a soul calling, or is it a whim, or is this just lust? That's a decision. As far as those few people are concerned where it is a relationship. For others, where this is a possibility to go out, to relocate, to do something totally different. Maybe you're in a 9-to-5 job and you want to start something completely different. And everyone in the family is against you. But you really want to do it. Do it. Advice from Spirit. And you get 13. Broom. This is Death card. Tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. Absolutely. You need to allow this transformation to happen, to write your life the way you want it, to live your best life. And when you want something beautiful to come in, there are some sacrifices you have to make. Sometimes people will leave your life. Sometimes that comfort zone which seemed your entire world gets too much for you. You need to break that shelf and move somewhere else. If you've got to do it, you've got to do it. But first you've got to be clear. What is it that you want? And once you're clear, and from a place of kindness, not out of spite, not to teach someone a lesson, just because you're following your soul's calling. Meditate. You'll get your answers there. And when you do, don't sabotage. Have a heart-to-heart conversation with whoever's involved and tell them genuinely put what you feel in front of them. They will understand. They may react first, but if they genuinely care, they'll understand. And if they don't, then there's one more reason for you to actually follow your dream. Be very kind, be very gentle. If you come, if your intent is right, everything will fall into place. You will find the courage, but be honest. Don't do it whether it's a relationship that you have, don't do it in a shady fashion, cheating, going behind someone's back. It's not required. Be honest. Give the other person credit. They'll understand. If they don't, still speak your truth. Make arrangements of how best everyone wins from that situation, and then live your best life. And if it's work, convince if you can. Otherwise, you have to do something, you've got to do it. Because just like every member in your family is important, so are you. Alright? So align with your soul, follow your inner guidance, and do what you need to do. That is all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope this reading resonated. I hope you find the courage to live your most authentic life and to speak your dreams and desires with the people you love and actually follow it so that you can live the life that you have envisioned. And let this be something from a place of depth and not something which is a whim, which I don't see actually. With the Emperor here and the Fool, and Death, Transformation, the Artist. These are powerful cards. That is all I have for you. Take good care of yourself. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 3. Those of you who've chosen the beautiful carnelian point, This is your reading. These are your oracle cards. We'll put everything down, but let me first put down your tarot. So the first card is, what is it that you're talking yourself out of, or what is it that you are self-sabotaging? Why are you doing that? If you self-sabotage, oh, you get 2 cards for that. Why are you doing that? If you self-sabotage, what happens? If you don't, what happens? How can you get past your self-limiting beliefs? And you get 2 cards here for what more do you need to know, and advice from Spirit. Then you get more advice saying, Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. The number 13 could be significant. Then you get show the world the real you. Perseverance, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And you get spring, see your seeds grow. Beautiful. I think you're working on something already. Yes, why did I not see that? You have this carnelian stone. This talks about your creativity, your passion. So maybe you're working on a creative project. All right? And let's see, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So what is it that you're trying to talk yourself out of, consciously or subconsciously? Queen of Swords. Ooh, okay. Queen of Swords is Libra, all right? Queen of Swords is someone who can see things clearly, got a tremendous amount of experience, and likes to try new things. Cardinal sign. And you have an idea. There's something that you want to do. And you see clearly what it is that you want. Then why are you trying to self-sabotage? Let's see. You get the Queen of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Wands upright. All right, Queen of Wands. There, as I said, there is something that you want to do. It's possibly something you're very passionate about, and something that, you know, excites your creativity. You've got this vision, but with the Queen of Wands in reverse, you know that you know all about the subject, but you feel you don't have the confidence to move forward. And it's possible with the 7 of Wands, you've had to fight a lot of people all your life. You have to, you know, with the Queen of Swords here, I told you she's a very experienced queen. And irrespective of gender, whoever is watching this, you've had to have had a lot of experience to reach this stage. And you're here, all right? And now you have a vision. But to get here, you've had to brave all the odds on your own for a very long time. And this has caused your self-confidence and your natural ability to attract things towards you. This has taken a beating. And this is why you are self-sabotaging. What you need to understand here is that you don't always have to operate from a masculine energy, whether irrespective of your gender, whether we are however we identify as gender, we do have a masculine and a feminine set of energies, and they have to come into complete balance, which is why we say namaste or namaskar, balancing these two. All right, the yin and yang coming into balance, masculine and feminine energies. You have been fighting the world single-handedly, and so you have made a habit, irrespective of your gender, to always operate from your masculine side. But the Queen of Wands is completely in the energy of attracting, but you are in the energy of chasing. All right, and when you work and you go after something and things don't work out, I think it's going to rain here. That's why the electricity is gone. But let me keep talking in the meantime. So what you need to work on is your feminine energy. When you start working on your feminine energy, you will know that when it's required, you need to, use the masculine energy and go for it. But there is a time when you have to just wait and allow things to come to you. And this is something you have forgotten. All right? And this is because of so many circumstances in your life wherein you had to fight for everything that came good that you wanted in your life. You had to really struggle and fight against all odds to get it. So now what happens is that you need to start working on your feminine energy and allow things to come to you as well. And then you won't have to self-sabotage. So what happens is you have this vision, but you seem to self-sabotage it because you don't know whether you have the strength or the ability to run after something again and fight with everyone again. But you don't have to. It will come to you when you come into balance yourself. I said this is Libra energy. It's all about balance. Come into balance. All right? So if you continue to self-sabotage, what happens? Queen of Swords. You will end up being someone who people are afraid to come towards, because you will start getting hardened and you will start getting start operating from a place wherein you're no longer in balance. And I think I'll have to pause the reading here for a bit. Sorry for the interruption, a lot happened. Yes, so if you do not stop self-sabotaging, there will be a time wherein, please don't mind the noise here, that's Joey with his toy. I just got him into the room. So what happens is you reach a point of frustration because you start getting bitter, having had to always be in your masculine energy, always go after things, always fight against all odds. Now is the time wherein you need to come into balance and start operating from your feminine side. Use, the softer parts of yourself, wherein you are able to receive and not be suspicious about everything. You need to come into this energy, because if you self-sabotage this particular opportunity wherein you need to get creative, there's something you're passionate about, but you allow it to come to you. You've done a bit of spade work, don't chase after it. If you come into balance and you attract this to you, and you stop self-sabotaging by keep telling yourself, oh, it's not going to happen, I know how it works, it doesn't happen, unless I get after it, it's not going to happen. Stop telling yourself that. Change the narrative in your head. Yes, you've been through a lot. That was one phase in your life to teach you something. It's not always going to be that unless you keep making that your reality. So if you stop self-sabotaging, what happens? Look at that. Wow, you get the Lovers. This is so beautiful. So if this is for a relationship, you can see what it means. All right, with the Lovers card here, someone you're passionate about, or you uniting with, your soulmate or your twin. For some of you, you will be spoiled for choices. All right, you are going to come into ultimate balance here. You've got 3 cards of balance, all right? With this Lioness card here, which can talk about the Queen of Wands, Leo energy, as well as the Queen of Swords, who has reached this place where you've earned all your stripes. You've got everything going for you, all right? You've done that. No one can make a fool of you. No one can dupe you. But now what you're doing has reached a place wherein you are holding yourself back from living your best life because you are always in this bitter, hardened energy, and you need to start tapping to your authentic self, which is a mixture of both. I really hope this is not troubling you. A lot of interruptions, I'm sorry. So you've got to come into balance, and you've got to see things for what it is. Yes, you had a tough childhood, maybe a tough life, but now you're at this place where you can attract things, but you need to come into balance. All right, and stop only acting from your... I was wondering why it's gotten dark. The electricity went off and then I didn't turn this on again. There it is. All right, so it's about time you had some fun. You know, Libra energy is not all about getting after something because you're a cardinal sign. It's also Venusian energy, wherein you stop to smell the roses, you like finer things in life, you're aesthetic. Get in touch with your softer side. It's about time you did. And then you'll find that you're attracting all the abundance. When it's time to persevere, when it's time to sow the seeds, do that. And I think you've already done that for a lot of you. Be your most authentic self. And your most authentic self is not all masculine. It is masculine and feminine. It is about being strong and being vulnerable at the same time. Because being vulnerable is a different type of strength. So don't undermine it. Wonderful things waiting to happen once you come into balance. Pile number 3. You can unleash your creativity from a place of complete balance, from a place of, you know, being your most authentic self without holding parts of yourself back which you feel people will take advantage of. You need to trust some more. This is something, it's coming in over and over again as a theme for you, that you don't trust easily. How can you get past your self-limiting beliefs, Chariot? Oh my God, am I making this up? Chariot is also about balance. It's Cancerian energy. Number 7 could be significant, but it's all about balance. Queen of Swords twice, about balance. Lovers, about balance. Chariot, about balance. The only way you can get past your self-limiting beliefs is that you actually come into balance. A lot of you may be Librans or Geminis or Cancerians. Also Leo energy twice. Aquarius as well. But the only way to get past it is to actually come into balance. Balance your masculine and feminine energies. You know, 95% of us, or I can even, maybe even more, we all have to work on our feminine energy because of the world, the way the world is over a period of time. We've all started operating from our masculine energy to want, to chase, to run after. The subtle energy of attraction, which may be subtle, but it's powerful. We've forgotten that. And so we're working both our masculine as well as our feminine energy. Both the energies are wounded. And this is something we need to get past. And you definitely have to do that to live your best life. Anything else that you need to know? 8 of Cups and the Moon. You have walked away from your feminine energy. The Moon is feminine energy. You've walked away from here a long time ago. Because things were scary for you when you were in your feminine energy. And you decided, I'm going to be tough, I'm going to stand up for myself. The world can be against me. I've got, everything it takes to take care of myself, and I'm going to be, strong and powerful. And you have been, and kudos to you for that. But now it's time for you to embrace your feminine energy again and come into balance. Things are going to shift for you very beautifully. Allow it to happen. You have sowed the seeds, you have persevered, and now it's time for you to attract. Don't stop on that. Be your most authentic self. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. May not be to the world, but to few people at least. To yourself at least. You don't even, I feel for a lot of you, you're not vulnerable to your own self either. And you need to do that. And what's advice from Spirit? Your Empress. Oh my God, look at that. This is again Venusian energy. Libra or Taurus. There is beauty to be found in every experience. Absolutely. And now it is time for you to find this beauty in attractive mode. The Empress, this is what Spirit is telling you. You've been the Queen of Swords for a very long time. You don't recognize the Queen of Wands in you. What's more, you don't recognize the other queens in you because you are the Empress. And the Empress is all about abundance, about fertility, about creativity, about passion, about everything in the world, and most of all, attraction. Everything just is magnetized towards the Empress. It just comes and falls into her lap, whatever she wills. This energy is what you need to embody. The universe sees you as the Empress, but you are hell-bent on staying in the energy of the Queen of Swords. You come to me and I'll cut you. And this irrespective of gender, all right? Irrespective of gender. So my dear pile number 3s, the only thing I can tell you is be kind to yourself first and foremost. Know that the difficult part when you had to use your masculine energy is now behind you. Heal. Work on your healing. And now come into balance. All right? Allow yourself to attract. Allow softer emotions to come. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Let yourself be seen. In order to be so strong, there could be a part of you that has been so tough on yourself. You've not allowed yourself to be vulnerable to yourself. It's always been action. And now it's time for yourself to be so kind to yourself. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to indulge in little things that give you joy. And it's okay. No judgment. The world can judge you. You don't judge yourself. Wonderful things are waiting to happen. Allow it to happen. Nothing is going to go wrong. Trust yourself. Trust the universe. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 4. Those of you who've chosen the green aventurine crystal, this is your reading. Welcome. These are your oracle cards. We'll put down everything, but let's begin with your tarot. All right. So the first question that we're going to ask is, what is it that you're talking yourself out of, or what is it that you're self-sabotaging? Why are you doing it? If you continue to self-sabotage, what happens? If you don't self-sabotage, what happens? What do you need to do to get out of your self-limiting beliefs? Anything else that you need to know? And advice from Spirit. And for more advice, you have thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. The number 14 or 5 could be significant. Luck is on your side. Happiness. I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. I love this. And Air Guardian, shift your perception. Okay. So pile number 4, let's begin. What is it that you're trying to talk yourself out of at this time? 10 of Swords in reverse. Ooh, that's tough energy right there. Pile number 4 with the 10 of Swords here. You've been through a huge betrayal, perhaps heartbreak, and it's been very painful, very painful. Your heart has really been broken with this Green Aventurine here. I should have known. It's got to do with your heart, totally. And maybe that's the theme here, you know, moving towards your happiness after healing your heart. But you are talking yourself out of moving out of that painful situation. For some of you, maybe you're still in a relationship which no longer serves you. It drains you. There may be the betrayal here. There's nothing left in this connection. But you talk yourself out from walking away from here. Take it if it resonates. You have a best life waiting outside of this particular situation. Either physically you're still in that environment, feeling the pain on a daily basis, or you have left that place, there's been a clean breakup, or you've moved away from whatever happened, but you're not letting it go from your mind. It's got a hold on you. And you are not letting yourself come out of it. Anytime someone comes with an offer of anything which will move you away from here, you pull yourself back. It's almost as though it just pulls you back into this black hole and you go right back in. Why are you doing this to yourself? 2 of Pentacles. You're not able to decide whether it was your fault or their fault. Could you do something else to retrieve the situation, make it okay? You just don't have clarity in the situation, which is why you continue to self-sabotage yourself from the best life that you could live. Because you feel, maybe there is something I could do. Maybe there is something I can do to make this okay. This situation with a 10, it's completed, it's over. What's had to happen has happened. Learn your lessons from it and move on. There's nothing more you can do in this situation from this energy. You are just disempowering yourself by staying there, either physically or in your mind. And it's time for you to move out of here. If you continue staying in this situation, either physically or mentally, what happens? King of Swords. If this is a relationship, and for most of you, I feel it is a relationship, all right, because these 3 cards make me feel that way very strongly, that this is a relationship. If you stay on here, you're going to be with a person who doesn't display their emotions, who could be brutal with their truth. And though the King of Swords really sees all sides of a situation, if you're not a perfect fit for this person, your situation is going to remain the same. You will never come out of this. You'll keep looking for ways to appease them, and you're not going to see anything happen because you're not in the right frame of mind. You need to shift your perception. Okay. This person could be your childhood sweetheart. This person could be someone you consider your soulmate. and you feel that if you don't keep yourself stuck here, you are going to be deprived of your soulmate, someone you always meant to be with. You know, relationships, no matter how you want to label them, maybe there was a time there was a lot of love between the two of you, but once this 10 of Swords happens and you are in this energy, just look at this person with the 2 of Pentacles, all right? They don't seem to understand what they want. They just want it to become okay. And here's this person who's not divulging any emotions. They've said what they had to. And maybe this, though you've known each other forever, this situation may have run its course. But you seem to be, you know, with these thorns here, weave your, together the crown you deserve. I feel maybe there are children involved if this is a marriage. And you just feel that you're being some sort of a martyr if you just carry on staying with them, because you're upholding these, you know, the ideal of a complete happy family or a marriage. But there's nothing inside of it. You need to shift your perception. Maybe the best way out for all of you involved, spouse, you, your kids, is if you actually part ways. Because the 10 of Swords energy is not easy energy. Especially if you're stuck in this place because you just want to uphold the fact that you think that they were meant for you. And what about them? Aren't they supposed to do any thing to set things right? What can you do to come out of your self-limiting beliefs? Empress. See yourself as the Empress, pile number 4. You have everything that it takes to live the best life. You are beautiful to look at. You have all the abilities you need. You are fertile. You are abundant. You may not feel it at this time because you've given your all to this person, but you can attract what it is that you want. But you need to see yourself as this. You've just tied yourself, you know, with this person, that no matter what, I'm going to be stuck here. And that is not good energy. If, you know, you can't compromise on happiness, you know, that this is my lot, so I'll be happy. You know, a lot of books and a lot of movies teaches that. And I'm not saying the best option is that the first fight you have with a spouse or a partner and you walk away from there. No. But are you being respected? Is your self-worth in the right place? Are you being respected by them? Do you even respect yourself? Is it all about them, or there is something for you in it? And irrespective of gender. And you need to see, again, irrespective of gender, that you are the Empress. You have it all. So don't compromise and stay in a place wherein you're being betrayed, wherein your needs are not being met because you were meant to do so. Your parents told you this, the society wants this out of you. No. Shift your perception. You've been through a lot, but don't think sacrificing and being a martyr and being in a place where you're not happy is doing a great job. You need to be happy just as the next person. You need to live your best life. What more do you need to know? 9 of Pentacles. You're going to be provided for. You're meant to be independent. And, you know, and when I'm saying you're meant to be independent, I believe even if you are in a committed relationship, you can still have your independence to an extent wherein you're financially independent, you know. But right now, I feel you've just given up everything to do everything for this one person in your life, and they dictate what is to be done and how it's to be done. But you know what? Luck is on your side. Make that change now. You are the Empress. You will be provided for. You need to do what's in your best interest as well. Advice from Spirit, and you get 8 of Pentacles. Sorry, but fairies are not going to come and do your work for you. Absolutely. No one's going to come out and rescue you from the situation. You are your superhero. You have to come out of it yourself. And you are the Empress. You don't need anyone. You can do it all by yourself. You need to shift your perception. Pile number 4. This is a total relationship reading. I don't see anything apart from that. So this, you would have already clicked off by now if it was something else that you're looking for. You've got this. Luck is on your side. The universe is with you. Make that bold move. If you don't want to leave, at least, if you feel that your children are young and you want to stay here and you feel the family unit, then you've got to put your boundaries and say, this is how it works. I'm going to do what I like. You can do what you like. And we have to, rewrite how this family is going to function. Otherwise, I'm out of here. And this has to be done irrespective of gender, irrespective of anything. All right. You've got to know your worth. And you don't have to follow society norms if they bring you nothing but sorrow. You don't owe it to anyone else to stay in an unhappy marriage where you're not treated well, where you're betrayed, where your needs are not being met. I hope you get the message. Pile number 4. It's not easy. I never, when I say these things, I don't want to give you the impression that anything you're going to do from now on is going to be super easy. No, you will meet resistance. But life is never easy, especially when it's trying to teach you something. So it won't be easy. But it's not going to be so difficult or something that you can't handle. You can handle. And luck is on your side as well. So it will be smoother than it would have been at any other time. All right? You can start by saying that we need to change the dynamic in this relationship. If the other person doesn't accept it, stand by yourself. Be your best version. You don't have to take nonsense from anybody. All right? I'm sending you a big hug and sending you so much love and light. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.